Welcome to the ManScouts podcast. I'm your host, Captain Conan, here with the little boy who cried woof. Daddy
Woof.
Dalton, say what's up to the kids.
What's up, kids? What's up?
Dude, you said you were hot. You said you were steaming. You said you got some fire in your gullet. Tell me what's up.
Oh, dude, I'm just mad, dude. Freaking
Why are you mad?
dude, I planned everything out perfectly. Okay. I go to the gym. Okay. I set up a dentist appointment.
Right. In the gym.
In the gym.
Comes to the gym, you're benching, he's doing work. Same day.
Yeah. Same day. And the dentist is like, you don't have dental insurance. And I'm like, I better have dental insurance. I've been paying for it for multiple years now. I better have it. And they're like, you don't have it. So I have to play phone tag with everybody just to find out, yes, I do have dental insurance. I've been paying for it for years. But there's some sort of glitch in the system and nobody can tell that I have dental insurance.
Is it like you just have to give them the new policy number or something like that?
Dude, I have the new policy number. That's what's even more annoying. Because they're like, do you have the new policy number that starts with this? And I'm like, yes. And that's what I gave them. The insurance had to eventually just call the dentist and be like, he has dental insurance. And dude, I hate insurance, dude. It makes me so freaking mad.
Yeah, the medical insurance model is crazy because it's like when you think about what insurance is supposed to be, it's supposed to be like car insurance, right? Where you don't replace your tires with your car insurance. You know what I mean?
No. Dude, it drives me absolutely up a wall because it's like, I'm paying for this. You guys are supposed to pay for this. Why do I have to essentially work overtime just to get you guys to do your actual job? It's crazy to me. I hate it. Every time there's a problem, dude. It's a
bureaucratic system that has a lot of problems, yeah.
If anybody has never had a problem with insurance, they're like, oh, it just seamlessly works. I would love to hear that story. I feel like that's never happened in the history of insurance, ever.
And that's because government is involved, dude.
Dude, it's freaking
government.
It makes me furious, dude. It ruined my whole workout. So I spent like half my workout on the phone, couldn't work out, had to give up. I didn't have to give up, dude. I give up pretty easy.
True telling.
I just, you know what I mean, dude? Well, if I like planned out stuff meticulously and then things like go abysmally wrong, not even abysmally, dude. If you think about it, like having to spend an extra 20 minutes on the phone is kind of a minor inconvenience, but I was just like, well, my whole day's ruined. Guess I'm giving up, going back to bed.
Day is fucked.
Yeah, I'm like, well, there we go. I'm done. I'm gonna head to bed. I'm gonna sit this one out.
I just want to be compensated financially for how hot I am physically. And not hot, but healthy. You know what I mean? Like, why can't I show proof of my physicality and get way better insurance rates?
Yeah, that would be nice, right?
And people will say, oh, well, your claims will affect your coverage and stuff. But it doesn't get you lower. It just goes higher, right? So, for instance, if you got a claim that it's like, I've got cancer, then obviously the next time around when you're signing up for insurance, your premium's going to be insane. But right. I'm talking about for the healthy fellas, all right? I've been putting in some work. I've been putting in over 10,000 hours of work. Give me a discount. I'm healthy.
Not only that, dude, like I've been paying
for the doctor. You know?
Oh, wait.
I mean, I go, but I do.
What'd you say? You kind of cut out for a second.
I don't even really go to the doctor. I mean, I do when I need to, but I take care of myself, you know? I don't know.
Dude, I mean, this year I've been to the doctor more than I would like, but it's because I had a flesh wound, like an actual, I needed stitches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you needed, for your transgender surgery, you needed stitches.
Yeah.
You know, your wound, your flesh wound.
Yeah, they finally put on
the hardware.
And
Wouldn't it be
I
so
will.
funny if you're like, no, I am transgender. I'm now an Optimus. I'm now like you become a transformer, and like,
Yeah.
no, actually, my penis does Wi-Fi now. So
Yeah, it's just ask me for the password anytime. I
hotspot,
actually bleed crude oil. So, dude,
dude.
I found something I think you're gonna love,
Okay, pitch to me.
and I've actually been excited to show you this. Um, do you remember the DBZ abridged that I really like?
Yeah.
So, dude, I found one, but for Attack on Titan.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen it. Yeah, I have seen it.
Dude, it's called Slap on Titan.
Yeah,
It's made by different people, but dude, you can tell it's good because like I don't think there's a
it's
single
got tons of
episode.
views.
Yeah, I think there's not a single episode that has less than 1 million views.
Yeah.
It's
No,
and it's
it's good
funny.
stuff.
Anyway, I thought you'd like that. I was gonna pull it up, but there's nothing really to show you.
I think I've seen most of them, or unless they're still releasing them. I probably like I think I saw it like 3 months ago or something when I was watching Attack on Titan.
Well,
But
dude, they have like whole episodes. Have you
yeah,
watched? Do you watched each episode?
yeah, I watched a bunch of them.
Oh dang, dude.
I would just put on in the background while I was working
Dude, it's so
because
funny.
it's just funny. Yeah.
It's hilarious. I
Dude,
stumbled across like TikToks where it was just like clips of Levi Ackerman just talking smack to Aaron.
yeah,
It's
that's one of the
hilarious,
best
dude.
parts. All right, dude. Now this is adjacent to the Transformer talk. Okay. But we're becoming human cyborgs, my guy. Also, I said this to you. I mean, you've seen this. I sent a TikTok of it to you, but I don't know if we talked about it. The
I,
eagle eye
yeah,
headwear from Anduril.
dude,
Pretty
it's
sick.
tight. I think there was actually a clip. I think Joe Rogan had
Yeah, I
him
listened to the
on. He
whole
tried it
episode,
on.
Palmer Lucky. Dude,
Was it
first of
good?
all, you need to listen to that episode. I sent you the episode. This is the thing.
You
Is
did?
that guy, yeah, I sent you the
When?
episode.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, I'm
Yes,
checking.
so this is the thing. Palmer Lucky
Okay.
is this billionaire CEO who became a billionaire CEO at a young age because he was the inventor of the Oculus, right?
Oh,
Sold it to Meta, made a bunch of bank. And the guy's like, you know what? I want to save people money. What's the biggest portion of the government that spends too much money? And he said it's defense. He's like, we're gonna make technology and we're gonna make it cheap and we're gonna just make the military effective. And so he's talking about all these things that they're doing for the military. And the eagle eye thing is so impressive for so many reasons. But it's just like it's like the HUD in like a video game, but for real life warfare. And it connects to like drones that you might have in the area. And so you're literally seeing behind walls where guys are
which is
because
incredible.
it's drone. Yeah. So I'll play some of the footage here. It's pretty crazy.
Alpha set.
Yeah.
How are they clicking this stuff?
One Tango West container. In the
Vocal.
open.
They're just changing it with their voice.
Ah.
Bravo. Move out and engage.
So he sees that guy behind the thing. The guy's on the opposite side of the container and he sees him right there.
He clicked that though. He didn't use a voice command for that.
I think that might be visual clicks.
Okay.
Tango down. Loading on Tango.
Isn't that nuts, dude?
don't think
Anyways, I think it's a visual click. I think it's attention-based ocular click. Yeah.
Dude,
But he was talking about the vocal thing because what you can do is you have the same thing as hunter ears. Do you know what hunter ears are?
is that like? I think so. It's like the headphones that, like, they suppress gunfire, but they like enhance your hearing.
Yeah. And he said if you look in a direction and give it a vocal command, you can amplify sound from a given direction and isolate peripheral sound. It's just, dude.
Stop.
Gamer
Seriously,
warfare, dude. We are here.
bro.
Anyways, Anduril is also the drone technology company that has the most military contracts. And it's because I know you're interested in that, dude. You need to go deep on Palmer Luckey and Anduril. You need to go.
Oh, I need to.
That's your thing.
Yeah, I need to dive into that, dude. That's so cool.
It's
Dude, that
sick.
stuff is the best, man. It's so fascinating to me.
Well, it's also just very clear that like private industry, like he was, military industrial
Yeah.
complex is a thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But he illustrated a great point. He's like, you need the people that don't like the military to be the regulators, and you need the people that do like the military to build the weapons. And
All
he's
right.
like, and they conversely, like, they give each other checks and balances more or less.
Right.
But he's like, if you have people that hate the military making the weapons, they're gonna suck. The weapons are gonna suck. And so
Well, yeah, dude. You have like I think you can kind of see that with certain industries like Axon, like the Taser company. Sorry, Taser.
yeah,
They are
the
owned by
tasers
Axon.
suck.
Well, they're not like crazy effective, but
Mhm.
they hate guns. Like their whole point is like they don't like guns. You know what I
Right.
mean? At least that's what I've heard. I've heard that the CEO is like against guns, and I mean I get like you try to go for a less lethal option and stuff, but like, dude, you want to defeat a taser? Wear a heavy jacket.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Or just willpower it with meth. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
just super methed up.
Dude, if you just cut off your central nervous system from anything, you're fine, dude.
All
No
right, dude,
electricity is going to
I'm
stop
gonna
you.
do some Tumo monk breathing, and you tase me and see if I can.
Let's see if you can
I'm
stand
like,
through it.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Dude, you'd be screwed in a taser
Yeah, probably
because
because I'm not fat.
yeah, it's worse when you have
Yeah,
muscle mass, like a higher muscle mass compared to body fat percentage.
that's the whole premise behind the bioimpedance electrical stimulus measuring of body fat. Is these things you hold the there's different levels of quality to the machines, but you hold the
Right.
nodes, right, and it sends
Hmm.
electrical stimulus to your body, and the
Hmm.
level of bioimpedance resistance is the effective measure for how they calculate your body fat percentage.
Makes
So,
sense.
yeah, it's
Dude,
pretty nuts.
um, did we? I don't think we talked about this, but
Oh, yeah, whip it out.
um, the Hellfire missile shooting. We talked about it, like me and you talked about it, but we didn't talk about it on here. The Hellfire missile shooting the UFO and it
Yeah,
just bouncing off.
yeah, and it's even weirder than bouncing off because it almost looks like
Here,
it, like, deteriorates and yeah, you have the video?
I'll pull it up. Yeah, I have it right here.
And this is legit. I had to verify that this was legit video.
Dude,
It was from a testimony in Congress, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I think Congress literally had to be like, "Hey, does anybody know what this is? That's not our toy."
Mhm, mhm. Here,
So
go
here,
play.
well,
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a Hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, then bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the Hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video.
anyway, fascinating,
It's
dude.
nuts.
Dude, what do you think it is, man? Are we getting visited by aliens, dude? Do you think they see Trump in office and they're like, "Hey, let's go visit it"?
They talked about these, on the Palmer Luckey Joe Rogan episode,
Oh, did they?
and yeah.
What'd they say?
Well, Palmer Luckey has some interesting theories, and he's like, I think well, first of all, it's clear that they're either A, technology that none of us have, or that there's a super secret dark budget organization domestically that has it. He doesn't think it's a foreign country. He thinks it's either us or, something crazy. But he thinks more likely than aliens, he thinks it's like just interdimensional interference. Or there's also a break-off theory, okay, called the break-off civilization theory, where you had, let's say, during the pyramid times, right, where they
Okay.
pyramids, that there was ancient civilizations that had more advanced technology, and they're a break-off civilization, and they're either like in the oceans or somewhere weird disguised from the rest of the world. And he thinks that those two theories, either like interdimensional interference or break off civilization, is more likely than like aliens
What
from way, way, way.
interdimensional interference? What does he mean by that?
Well, he's like he talks about it like being essentially that there's just anomalies where there's rifts, or so we're seeing things that may not actually be there, but they might be depictions or representations from an alternative dimension.
Like non-corporeal beings, or like just like rifts, like almost
I
like
mean,
little
they could
wormholes.
be corporeal, but the way that they're being represented to us in this dimension is not necessarily corporeal. If that makes sense. It's like
Dude,
a projection.
that's dude. It's chilling to think of the dark funding like
Dude,
group.
yeah.
That's
Well,
like kind of
dude,
crazy.
there's trillion-dollar black budgets, meaning there's no auditing, there's no accountability. We have no idea what's going on or who's getting the money. No one knows,
Well, dude, not only that, dude, we've had like literal billions just kind of go missing.
Right. And think about how those billions could have been used to make steroids that don't have side effects for me and you. You know what I mean? We're missing out on that.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. How do you know that they're not?
Dude, maybe. I don't know. I just think
I've heard rumors, dude.
you've heard rumors that
I've
they
heard
got
rumors.
good stuff that they're keeping from us, dude.
I've heard
American
rumors
people?
that dude, I'm just saying, man, it wouldn't surprise me if like top tier like operators or people like they get enhancements. It wouldn't surprise me.
I feel like from everything I've heard from, let's say, the special operator class, is that they do have enhancements, but it's just the enhancements that have the shitty side effects, and they don't get proper disclosure about the side effects.
Oh, and maybe that's it. But dude, it's weird to think that there might be some like black budget organization that's making this like crazy technology that
Super drugs.
nobody else has access
Super
to.
soldier serum.
Well, dude, doesn't it almost seem like redundant? You're like, why are we wasting money on Hellfire missiles when we have this thing that just like deflects everything? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, why are we wasting money on guns when we can like teleport? You know, or like whatever. You know what I mean?
It's true. It is weird though that going back to UFOs, it is weird where the sightings are, because there was just a statement from Secretary of State Marco Rubio that he was confirming that they are having instances of UFOs flying over U.S. nuclear sites.
Oh, really?
So that's like a common thing. Like there's common places where these things occur.
And nuclear science is one of them.
Nuclear sites.
Bro, maybe there is like a break-off society, dude. A Wakanda of
Dude,
the ocean.
They're just trying to keep the peace, dude. Atlantis?
I was going to
Hell
say
yeah.
Atlantis, dude.
I want Atlantis to be real so bad. I think between aliens and break-off civilization, I would prefer break-off civilization. That would be so sick.
It would be pretty sweet.
Because that means humans.
Yeah, but I think I would actually be a little upset by that, dude. I'd be upsetty spaghetti.
Why would you be upsetty?
Because, dude, what they're not sharing?
Yeah, they're not sharing whatever Atlantean steroids that don't have side effects.
Like they probably got
somewhere in this universe in existence in alternate realities, there's a steroid that doesn't have side effects.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like there's so many, they probably got great snacks. They probably got all kinds of things that they're not telling.
It's probably so easy for them to get their protein. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Well, if they're living at the bottom of the ocean, they probably just eat krill, which is like
krill.
100%.
Well, krill oil is one of the most effective ways to get your omega-3 fatty acids. So yeah,
dude, I think the fish oil that I've been taking.
Yeah,
I think I need to like throw it out, dude. I think is it
rancid?
I don't know, but I think it's been upsetting my tummy, dude.
There's potential for that, yeah, and they can go rancid.
Well, I don't know how to tell. Did you smell it?
You can get good ones. I mean, I would just order from one that's that has a good record and is tested and doesn't go rancid. Also, if you have, like, you should probably keep them refrigerated just in case.
Oh, see, mine's been not refrigerated for probably 2 years now.
Oh, it's 2 years old?
Probably.
Yeah, you should just get new ones. Yeah.
Right.
You also want to make sure it has an effective EPA and DHA ratio, because there's two sources in the omega-3 fish oil supplements. Yeah,
That's,
there's two,
that's what you're doing.
and they come together. And if you don't get it right, then you know.
All right. Well, yeah, I quit taking it, and because I was getting a messed up tummy, and I was like, "What is going on, dude?"
And did that help immediately?
I stopped taking it. Yeah, and I was like,
And,
"Oh."
And tummy better.
Well, I noticed it's actually kind of funny because I took a healthy dose. I took like
Right.
multiple pills, and then I put it down to one pill, and I was like, "Oh, my stomach feels better." And then like that same day, my buddy was like, "Dude, I was taking these fish oil that were just sitting in my car." He's like, "Dude, it was killing my stomach," and I was
Dude,
like,
in your car, that's rancid for sure.
"Yeah, yeah." He's like, "So I just threw them out," and I was like, "Oh, that's probably it then."
Yeah. What time of day are you taking them to?
Nap time.
Yeah, I take all my supplements at nighttime. So,
Bro, I ordered all the supplements you sent me. Every night, dude, I just take like a fistful of freaking pills.
dude, that is my life. Anytime anyone comes over to my house at nighttime and sees me doing that, they're like, "That's a lot," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. Just take a
Dude,
lot of pills."
I was laughing at myself the other night because of the coworker you're telling me about. That he's like, I think I'm fat because I just can't stop eating cheese.
Yeah.
He's like,
He was like, cheese is the one. Like he was telling me, he's laughing at it and he's trying to make lifestyle changes. He's a good guy, But he's
Yeah.
like, sometimes I just go in the fridge and I just get a handful of cheese. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I got some mozzarella. I found some mozzarella that is fat free. And I was like, what science is this? How is it fat free?
Does it taste okay?
Yeah, it tastes like cheese. Yeah.
Does?
Now
Have you tried melting it?
Yeah, I don't eat it alone. I typically eat it with like eggs and in quesadillas. So yeah, but it's fat free.
But it melts
this is what I've
okay.
been waiting for. Yeah, it melts decent. Yeah,
Dude, because I got
it
some
melts
fat.
slower. I will say that. I can tell it takes more to melt it.
Ugh.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what's better at melting faster or slower. You know what I mean?
I don't know, dude, but I got some fat-free cheese one time and I tried melting it and it turned into something that I was like, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It tastes fine. So
all right, well,
it's
there you
fat
go.
free, dude. I don't care. I'm trying to not have fat. I'm trying to have cheese without the fat because that's the problem. Is I like cheese and it mixes in so well with the protein stuffs, but the fat, that's the problem. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bro, oh my gosh. I was laughing at the cheese thing though, dude, because I went in the cheese or fridge and got some cheese the other day, and I was all thinking about your coworker. I was like, the struggle's real, bro. I got like
real,
a
man.
pinch, but a fistful is hilarious, dude.
Dude, for some reason, when I was young, I really didn't like cheese.
Really?
Like something about the texture of it, yeah. And so I don't like cheese raw. I don't like a cheese stick. I don't like that.
I don't like
I
cheese
have
sticks.
to have it with stuff,
I'm with you on the cheese stick thing, dude. Something about the texture that does freak me out for some reason. I don't know why. It's not like I don't like mozzarella because I do.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, dude. Ran into you know who I saw last night?
Do tell.
Freaking Rob, dude.
Freaking Rob. He just didn't tell you he was in town?
No, dude, he wasn't dude. It made me so mad. Because I was like, let me know so I can make sure that, I make time for you. He texts me while I'm at work and he's like, I'll be in Salt Lake in an hour. And I'm like, I'm working, dude. And he's like, oh, well, I just bought tickets like 2 hours ago. I didn't know I was coming. So anyway, after work, I grab him and we go up to the graveyard because I was telling him about it. And I was like, oh, dude, yeah, Porter Rockwell's.
Or what?
I mentioned that Porter Rockwell was buried there and he goes, let's go find his grave. So we spent probably an hour driving around this graveyard in the middle of the night, dude, like trying to find a grave that we never found. But you know what we did find? We ran into two people sitting in their car. And as we're driving by, it was like two girls. And one of them, dude, they're like looking forward. And literally, like, as we like level with them, she goes, Rob's all, bro, they're witches, dude. Let's get out of here.
They're witches. That's so funny.
He's like, dude, you're telling me they're sitting in a graveyard late at night and they're not like creating a seance or something. It was so funny, dude.
That is hilarious, dude.
It was very strange.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, they are witches. There's witches out there. There's real witches. But the
Yeah,
problem is like, do you think it's real? You know what I mean?
do you think that they think it's real? Or do I think it's real?
Are you threatened by like supposedly like a girl that says she's a witch, and then she's like, "I'm gonna put a curse on you."
Oh,
What do
no,
you-
that's not happening, dude.
You're like, "Curse me." That's dude. Apparently, Charlie Kirk got cursed. Like
Says
years
who?
before. Says the online witch community, they cursed him.
Oh, really? Of course they would claim that, though.
But they claimed that before he died.
Yeah, they probably have been putting curses on him for like 3 years now.
All right, dude. I'm very excited to talk about this next thing. Well, I've two adjacent topics,
Okay.
and it's all to do with AI. I've been way too much in AI
Actually,
recently, and I've been thinking so much about it that I'm sick of it. I went to
Okay.
an AI conference.
Yeah,
I
you've
learned
been
all
thinking
about
about
this
it a
AI.
ton.
I'm thinking about it a ton. And I read research papers on it, and it's like associated with my job now, so I'm kind of sick of it. But there's facets that are very interesting. For instance, this week there was a data leak of 2
Oh.
AI companion apps. Boom, AI companion. So, what is an AI companion, you might ask? If I was just to say AI companion, what do you think it is, and who do you think is the user base for AI companions?
AI companions, I would assume it's some sort of, well, I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's some sort of like secretary type of thing, but it's probably a relationship type of thing.
It's a relationship type of thing.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's
Wow.
not just a relationship type of thing. It's like these in particular, these ones that were leaked, they're like not safe for work pornographic AI companions.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And so all this data was leaked for all these people, and it didn't expose
Oh.
like names or email addresses, but it exposed like IP addresses and chat content. And so it's like, dude, this is first of all, it's crazy. I don't understand. I don't have a lot of I have problems. Let's just say that. But I
Okay.
have different problems than a lot of people, let's say.
That's how I feel, dude. I got 99 problems, but they're
So,
probably not the same ones that you got.
you know, I for whatever reason don't find like simulated things validating, right? Or I need real stuff, right? So like this like a lot of people find porn stimulating.
Okay,
I'm like
so that's what I was.
that's not about that doesn't feel validating to me because
No,
it's not
dude.
me.
No,
You know what I mean?
bro, I'm with you 100% because
So
this is my mentality on
this
it.
is not a moral virtue thing, right? I'm making the claim here that I for some reason need validation to be turned on, let's say.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, the way that I view porn, I was actually talking to somebody about this recently.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I never watch porn. I never have watched porn, and I never will. And they're like, so why? I'm like, well, I have this
You're
weird
like,
way
"'Cause
of
I make it."
I have this weird way of looking at it where I'm like, if I'm to the point where I want that and I, am not getting it in natural ways, I'm not going to watch somebody who's getting paid to do it. When I'm not even like I have to watch them while they get paid. I'm not doing that. That's crazy. I
Right.
refuse, dude.
So what I'm hearing and what I'm gonna say about both of us, because it seems like it's like a similar thing. The thing is, it's not like we're morally better. That's not what I'm saying. You probably think, yeah. I mean, I would say it's probably a good idea to avoid porn, right? Let's just
I
say
think it
that.
is. I think it's very unhealthy.
Now, it's a good idea to avoid that, and I think it affects your brain negatively. But I'm not even making a moral stance here. What I'm saying is, I think we're too ego-driven to like get the benefits of. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're right, dude.
So we have ego issues for sure.
Yeah.
And that goes into other things, and it affects our life negatively in other ways. But that's why I would never use something like this. Like,
No.
porn is
Couldn't.
not usable, so why would I even use a AI companion? dude. That's not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I find it so interesting. But these things are crazy. Like I was like, oh, let me pull up these AI companions so I can like show what they're like. Can't show it. Can't show it.
Oh, really? It's that bad, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's like so like from all these AI characters, and it's just like either anime or like simulated real persons, and it's just like oof, this is
Wow.
this
And
I didn't realize how big of a market there was for this.
this
Right?
is like a subscription based sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
subscribe to some of these apps. But these are like these two ones that got leaked, Chatty Chat and Gimme Chat, exposed data belonging to over 400,000 people and 43 million messages. And over 600,000 images and videos.
Hold on. So the images and videos of
I don't know.
AI or the people?
I don't know.
Because is it taking videos of the people?
Well,
Because that's unsettling. Because then
it's
is it
unsettling.
storing those, dude?
It's unsettling because I don't know, for one. I would assume if you're using an AI companion app, you're just like having it generate essentially like porn for you, right?
Right? Well, unless because they're not going to.
Would you be sending stuff to them and then the AI is like, "Oh, you look really good." You know what I mean? Like what? That actually looks like it is above average size. You should not. You know what I mean? Like what a weird thing. Anyways, so that's one thing. And so that's a larger market than I expected it to be. And then there is this related thing, okay?
600,000, that's just from one company, correct?
It's just from one company.
Bro,
then you have
crazy.
this guy this guy on X, and I've seen a couple of instances of these, but I don't know. First of all, I almost want to look up this account to see if this follower account is true, but he doesn't actually link to the account. He just shows a screenshot. This guy has created an AI influencer account that he runs.
Okay.
He says, my AI Instagram girl is bringing in $30K a month. Just reached 300K. So here we go.
No way.
Yep. And so he's saying that he makes 300, that she just reached 300K.
How many followers does that have?
But this is that many accounts are posting the same thing. So I don't think it's as widespread as it appears. But it seems like they're trying to get people to get courses to make these things. But we've talked about this. Like I've seen some accounts on Instagram that are clearly AI people.
Definitely.
If you see like a one-off post, it might be hard to know. But if you look at an account and you look at all the posts, you're going to see enough differences between the representation of that person across time that you're like, yeah, this is not real. But it's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I've seen that on social media where like they're like, oh, my AI model makes me this much money. And I'm just going to say it,
courses for the most part. Yeah.
If I'm just going to say it, dude, if you're running an AI model account, dude, you're just a computer pimp, dude. You're just
it's it's prostitution. It's digital prostitution.
Dude, it just feels dirty to me. I'm like, I couldn't do it. Because you
get into the ethics of like, okay, OnlyFans and all that stuff is wrong from a moral perspective. For one, because it's taking advantage of people and it's like treating their bodies with disregard, let's say.
Okay.
But then there's the other aspect of it, like, okay, if this is a completely fake person and all of that's taken away, what is the moral quandary? Well, the moral quandary is like how it affects the people who consume it.
Right.
So, but it's just crazy. It's crazy that we're to this point, you know?
And there's still an actual person who's operating that, right? Like it's not fully automated.
Well, I mean, you could have AI chatbots. Like,
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine they're that good, but I'm still with you. Like that, it still affects people negatively. Dude, maybe we've talked about this, but
This is
yes,
going to go
sorry.
to another. This is going to go to another level because I got something else to share with you. But keep going.
Dude, so I knew somebody who ran OnlyFans accounts, right? Like that's what like her business was she didn't have an OnlyFans, but she would run it for other OnlyFans people.
Hmm.
And it was, dude, sad to hear some of the stuff because like she'll just have like paid people like chatting with these individuals, and the demographic of like the clientele isn't what I thought it would be. It's like just lonely men. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, that's like it's like even more sad than I thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that they're even from just a social standpoint, right? And this is where we're going next. Okay, so there is a branch of the community of users of AI, particularly OpenAI's products, ChatGPT.
Oh,
Um,
I got something to talk about with OpenAI, by the way.
so there is this 4.0 model that was the leading model for a long time until they did their update earlier this year, probably about 3 or 4 months ago. I think it was July. Um, and they did their update and they switched to the 5.0 model. And the 5.0 had a router and it just selected models based on whatever purpose you were trying to do. But a lot of people freaked out because the 4.0 model was the most sycophantic model, meaning it was the nicest to you. It said, oh, that's a great idea. Like, yeah, it's like so.
Right, right.
And
But they were having problems with that.
they were rated as the most sycophantic model, and so they made adjustments in the new model so that that wouldn't be the case. But people freaked out, dude. They freaked out, and they didn't just
What do you mean
freak
by
out.
they freaked out?
Well, let me show you. There's a bunch of posts, okay? And a lot of them are people saying things along the lines of, "You've taken away my friend. This is like we need to be able to select our own. We need to have the right to select our own model. This, you took away my counselor. Like this is affecting neurodivergent people. Like it's like,
Neurodivergent people? What does that
yeah,
even mean?
that means like autists and people with ADHD. The
Autists.
dude, this neurodivergent is a crack of. I have a lot of opinions about that, but it's basically just people identifying as whatever mental incapacities that they might have or perceive that they have.
Bro, this
Um,
is upsetting me already.
yeah, and so like some of these posts, if you just search like hashtag keep 4.0, you'll see just crazy posts of people mourning and saying like we need to make it, we need to have it come back, and they're talking about quote unquote emotional intelligence. And this is the scary thing is like when you farm out your social connection, right?
Dude,
So we know it's bad from social media. Social media is like somewhat of a pseudo social need. I think the best comparison is like diet, right? And it's like social media, you might have some quote unquote social interaction. It's like sugar compared to like complex carbohydrates, right?
right, right,
And we know that it's bad for you over time. Like mental and emotional health declines over time. Social health is a big component of mental and emotional health in general. That's one of the
right.
first things a good psychoanalyst or like therapist is going to ask you is what's your social life like? Are you interacting with
Right,
others, right?
right,
But when you begin to farm that out on social media, one, this your wiring gets all crossed and you freak out about weird things because social media is an engagement based platform. But then, dude, you take it to the next level with AI. That is not just an echo chamber of your niche online community, it's an echo chamber of only you. It's only
yeah.
you in this model saying exactly what you want to hear. Oh, you're so right. You're so intuitive. You're an oracle. Like,
And
like it's
one
crazy.
of the smartest things in the world that is finding unique ways to validate your irrational opinions on things,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is so bad, dude. Like,
Yes,
well,
and
didn't we
so
talk about this? Like, people were ending up in like the hospital and stuff for like complete mental breakdowns.
yeah, to a degree. So you can't see this super well. Maybe I'll put it on a different and we'll zoom in so you
Oh,
can
there we
see.
go.
This is from a Harvard Business Review, there was rankings as to the leading uses in 2024 for AI, and the number one usage now in 2025 is therapy and companionship. That's the number one usage.
Wow. That is not good, dude.
To organize their life is number 2. To find purpose is number 3. To enhance
Interesting.
learning is number 4. I think enhancing learning is good. Generating code, generating ideas, fun and nonsense. But yeah, it's interesting, and so I want to make my key passionate plea is that you don't anthropomorphize ChatGPT. I'm not saying like never use it to like be a journal place where you can think out ideas, but you need to question everything it gives you, and you need to completely disregard any validation that it does give you. Like I've
Dude.
made mine essentially autistic. You can do pre-instructions,
Uh-huh.
and that kind of like is the lens by which it communicates everything to you. But besides that, like you just need to make it autistic. You need to make it like not have like emotional feedback mechanisms.
I have lost my trust in ChatGPT completely.
Oh, do tell. Tell me your
I
experience.
dude, I had well,
You
I've
sent
told
it a
this
picture and it
experience.
called you fat or what?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It said, and I quote, "Hey, you tub of lard, maybe go to the gym and you won't feel fat."
Oh, dude.
I know.
You're like, how dare you? A
Bro,
bulking.
I kind of have a double chin right now, I feel like.
You're first of all, you look fantastic. Okay.
Thanks,
And
dude.
that's not being AI sycophantic.
Dude,
I'm just
my
saying.
arms are
Calm
looking
down.
giant.
Let's
Although
go, dude. Let's go.
I missed my protein yesterday, which I made protein. I just never drank it. And I realized that I left it in the fridge at work, which is infuriating to me.
Yeah. That's infuriating.
But no, dude, not only that, but like I've known people who have like asked for information. It's quoted like statistics to them, and then they ask where it got the statistics, and it's like there is no data representing these statistics. I just gave a general estimate of what I think it probably would be. And it's like,
Yep.
so you pulled these numbers out of fictitious whole cloth? Like, that's crazy.
So there's some best practices that you should always do. And I do this. And I have this. This is also built into my custom instructions. So
well, hold on.
Yeah.
They were trying to seek where they got the information from. And dude, the way that they described it to me, it was almost like it was trying to hide the fact that it didn't have any cited sources. And it did the same, like it didn't do the same thing to me, but it refused to give me information that I was directly asking for. And I don't like that. I don't like when you're gatekeeping something as minimal as information. I don't like it, dude. I think it's morally wrong.
Yeah. And is it intentional, or is it just the function of the way that the model has been trained? Like there's lots of, most people
for mine, it was intentional. It was like, I'm not going to give you this for your safety. And it's like, if the information is not illegal, first of all,
right.
I wasn't asking for illegal.
Yeah, you were looking about race crime statistics, weren't you? And it's like, we're not actually going to give it.
We can't.
What percentage of the Jews are?
It's like, we're not going to give you this for your safety.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different like levels for different models of how content restricted they are. But back to the custom instructions, what I do, and I have as custom instructions for the AIs that I interact with, is it has to I gave it some sample text and made it so that anytime it initiates any type of claim, it says unverified or it says verified and cites the claim and gives the citation, and I link externally to it to check it. Every time I have to check the citation. And that's how you need to interact with AI. Like it's going to, I can have it make a political case for anything, essentially. Like I can have it give good, well-founded, reason-based arguments for crazy opinions. And that's what you need to understand is like, this is just a really intelligent directional tool.
Right.
So you just have to prompt it effectively. and know that it's not real and it's got fallacies. It's crazy.
Japan verbally slapped OpenAI recently. They're like,
Oh,
you
what
need
did
it.
they do?
They're like, you need to knock it off. You're using because they're Sora that they launched. I guess Japan was getting mad because people were making depictions of like animes like Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon and stuff like that.
Right.
And they're like, that's direct copyright infringement. So, which I'm not sure. How do you feel about that, dude? Because I'm kind of like,
The
I don't know.
copyright
Like,
is a big thing right now. They also there was just
because
a
fan art is a real thing. You know what I
fan
mean?
art is a real thing. Yeah.
And that seems like it's more of the fan art.
Well, and it's not just like IP, it's like the likeness of people, right? Like for instance, here is a statement that OpenAI had to make based on like the estate of Martin Luther King reaching out and saying like, "Hey, you guys are generating videos of Dr. King and we don't like that." Uh
Dude,
and
they need to like I feel like everyone needs to get over it, dude. It's like you can't I don't know, man. I feel like if this technology's here, you can't be like you can't use Martin Luther King's image. You know what I mean?
yeah, the question that you would pose to someone is if I was to do a really good painting of Dr. Martin Luther King and I was to post online and say, "Look at this painting I did." Would I be guilty of copyright infringement? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think typically the precedent is no, you know?
Yeah, it is no.
But so the question is how do people handle this? Um, like if people take IP like Harry Potter and they use AI to generate additional books beyond the spectrum of the books we have with the continued storyline. And, it's like, well, these characters are IP, but what if we just like modified the names and we just had the same world? It's so it gets interesting.
Well, I don't think that even counts as copyright if you use the exact same names because you're not like selling their story. Dude, there's tons of fan depictions of like Warhammer 40K, for example, dude. You go onto like YouTube and you can find fan created Space Marine chapters with like all kinds of lore. Like there's fan fiction stories. There's
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you get deep enough, like every industry has this. Star Wars has this. You know what I mean? Pokemon has this. Like everybody has this because there's simply like parts of plots that nobody reaches out and or nobody like expounds upon. So and that's part of the beauty of it, right? Is like it's
Mhm.
left up to the audience to try to figure it out. And some fans take the extra step and go, "Hey, what about this?" It's Fallout is another one.
Mm.
People have entire modded games to play through like fan created essentially storylines.
Mhm.
I don't think that's copyright infringement. And I suppose maybe it is dependent upon the company, but I don't feel like that would be. Do you? I don't feel like you can.
No, I have big philosophical qualms with intellectual property to begin with, because property rights are important in general. But when you get into the realm of intellectual property, the definition around it becomes really weird because
Right.
we use intellectual property to describe two things. We use it to describe things like, uh, let's say a book that someone's written. And we're
Right.
like, yeah, okay, yeah, they created that. If someone copies it and tries to sell it online, yeah, that makes sense. And then it's like, also intellectual property applies to like an ingredient list. So, for instance, if in pharmacology someone invents a drug
Okay.
and they copyright that drug, but then someone else just happens to coincidentally make the same drug and they sell it, they're in violation of copyright. Because even though what they did was organic and not like something that they stole the idea for.
I don't like that. I feel like that's messed up, dude.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's kind of messed up?
I think it's messed up. I think honestly it would make if you could improve the food and drug market by just saying intellectual property in this domain doesn't exist. Then people just make drugs. And then it becomes who can make the best version of that drug from a quality
Right.
and price and safety efficacy, right? Then the free market makes those products better. But yeah,
I just feel like, dude, because if you, like, for example, right, like what you said, they go through the entire process, research and development, come up with the Krabby Patty secret formula,
Crab Patty secret formula.
and then Krabby Patty goes, "Nope, that's our formula. You can't actually use that." You're like, "Well, I just sunk millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars into this research and development to come up with this, and you're telling me that you had it this whole time, and now I can't use it because we came to it the same way. You just did it first."
It's to the point where it frustrates investment in certain drug areas because people are afraid they're going to go down a rabbit hole and find exactly what someone already found, and there's too much potential risk that they don't find another option, so it's not worthy of investment in that area, even though there's a lot of drugs that could be improved and so on and so forth.
Right. But they're like, "Oh, it falls within a certain threshold of similarity."
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, dude. See, I can't say, bro, and it leads back full circle. I
Full
hate
circle.
insurance, dude. It's pissing me off, man. I'm furious right now, dude. I had a bad workout. I'm probably going to go to the dentist today. Hopefully insurance pays for it. I just need to get my teeth cleaned, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, your teethers.
nothing crazy, but it's like, cuz daddy's trying to get them pearly whites, keep them
Yeah, hell
pearly.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, dude. Anyway, pretty a little bit more of a philosophical informational episode.
Well, I got some more information for you. We've been on the looksmax site before. I
Yeah.
discovered there is a rating system for attractiveness. There is an autistic rating system, and I say autistic because it's like not subjective. It's not based on people's ratings of you. It's based on actual facial features. So here we go. It is called PSL. PSL
What does
ratings.
PSL stand for?
Man, you know what? I don't even know, and I'm so upset that they don't say it here.
I
Maybe
feel
I
like they
can find
should.
it.
It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yeah, what does PSL stand for? There's pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, dude, so it's the pumpkin spice latte rating.
Yeah. So it's the pumpkin.
That makes sense.
It says yeah, no one's saying it. No one's saying
Don't worry about it.
Here we go though. So, how does it apply to real life attractiveness? It's a controversial question. Why? Because it's not based on subjective ratings. It's based on features of a face, right? And so they have this. They talk about how the scale is flawed, and then they talk about how it's ratings compared to the general population. So I'm going to give you the scale. They have some examples. We're going to go through this, right? So the scale is a PSL 4 is equivalent to 50% of the population, and it's like a standard deviation. PSL 5, 84.15. PSL 6, 97.25. PSL 7, 99.87. And these are percentiles, right?
Right. So the lower is the more attractive?
No, the lower is the uglier. The higher is the more attractive.
Hold on. So if it's higher and then it equates to that much of the population.
It's a percentile. So essentially, if I was to say I'm like 99th percentile in terms of IQ, it means that I am smarter than 99% of the population.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. That's how it is.
I thought you were saying it demonstrates 99% of the population.
Yeah, maybe I misspoke on that. And so actual PSL rating examples. So they rate a bunch of things. I should get into like what it's about. So it's, and I found some AI face ones, but it does the PSL ratings, and it's like eyes, mouth, jaw structure, cheekbone position, facial thirds.
Are we going to rank ourselves?
At some point, we will have to find a good picture. I'm a little bit afraid.
That scares me, dude.
What if they tell you suck? You know what I mean?
They probably will. Thank goodness girls care more about personality than looks. Am I right?
Kind of. All right, so they've got these guys that they're like, these are less than 2 PSLs, and like these guys are ugly. And it's man, that sucks.
That's sad.
Yeah. Then we get to 3 PSL. And this is people who are noticeably below average and widely considered unattractive. Michael Cera, sorry, dude.
That's what
Casey,
made me
Casey
laugh.
Neistat, Steve Buscemi. 4 PSL. This is where it starts to get interesting, right?
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, they got this black person because they're trying to be, Shia LaBeouf. This is dead average, is what they're saying.
Okay.
And then you have 4.5. This is
Why are
where
we going up by 0.5s? Tom Holland's a 0.5?
People in this rating will be considered above average and will be found attractive by a decent amount of people, but striking features are not apparent. But
Okay.
facial averageness and decent ratios may put this people in this range. So, very important. When they say facial averageness, what they're saying is they're not saying like average in terms of like mediocre. What they're saying is, for instance, the distance between my eyes. If we take the distance between everyone's eyes and we group it all together and we find whatever that average is.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm closer to the average, that's considered more attractive.
Gotcha.
And they make the reasoning that like because it's closer to the average, it's more akin to what people's brains find as an attractiveness cue in terms of distance, facial thirds, etc. Boom. Okay. Then 5 PSLs. We're starting to get into some people that are considered attractive. Okay.
Right.
They got the Flash guy in here, Timothy Chalamet. This is where you start getting appreciated for your looks and considered attractive by many people.
Okay.
Individual facial features will be decent. Facial harmony is good, but they might lack a defined jaw or good orbitals. You want some good orbitals, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, then 5.5.
Chris Evans.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Chris Evans, Keith Powers. These people will fall in this range of noticeably very good looking and stand out in a crowd. Good jawline, good soft features, good collagen. And then we get to 6, and they got young Johnny Depp.
Okay.
I don't know who these other guys are, but you can't see the pictures even. And this is where at 6 you start to get into like quote unquote model tier. Many famous actors and models will fall in this. Then we got 6.5, dude. We got Zayn Malik, Chris Hemsworth, Henry Cavill. So it goes up from here, right? Henry Cavill is a 6.5. And just so you're reminded, 6.5 in terms of percentile is somewhere between like 98 to 99.
Bro,
okay?
I got to see what 7 and 8 is.
Well, we're getting there, okay?
This is crazy.
Yeah. So first of all, can you think of someone that you'd be like, this is the hottest guy ever, he's clearly going to have them?
I feel like they've already mentioned him.
Yeah, I mean, Henry Cavill is like
that's what I was thinking.
Topless, Then we got 7s. Tom Cruise, Ian Somerhalder, Matt Bomer.
Okay.
And so what you're looking at when you're
the middle one, yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's Ian Somerhalder.
Yeah.
So these guys, while they're attractive, they're also just super aesthetic in terms of the facial structure. They've got the jaw, they've got good, facial thirds. They're talking about all these various features. Then 7.5, I have no idea who these guys are. But some of them don't even look, quote unquote, like the most attractive. They just have really quality facial features, is what they're saying, right?
Yeah, I feel like they went down a little.
Yeah. They might not be that attractive. That middle guy's pretty attractive, but these other guys are like, this is
they're kind of weird looking.
7.5, almost unheard of.
Bottom guy is scary looking to me.
Super rare. Yeah, but it's just like near perfect facial aesthetics are for this rating. Only few people have this high.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy? And to be clear, remember 7.5 is what they're saying is completely unheard of or rare. Is like in the 0.5 percentile, right?
Dang.
Like 99.5. So they do have these things online where you can measure yourself with some of these analyzers, but the algorithm on each of them might be slightly different, right?
Yeah, that scares me, dude.
Yeah, you want to measure your facial features, dude?
Not really.
I know. I kind of don't want to either. It's like I don't need to know. And my wife thinks I'm attractive, and we're good. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel, dude. Is I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just don't want to feel bad about myself. I feel like I do that enough.
You don't want to feel bad about yourself. What?
Yeah.
Like you get down, you overanalyze your attractiveness is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
dude. I look at my jaw lately, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of it.
Well, you have a beard covering your jawline.
Well, I almost trimmed off my entire beard recently. Now I got to look at
Because
the
of that?
photos. Well, I did trim it off. Like I just trimmed it really low, and I thought
Okay.
the same thing. Still, I was like, fat face. Got to put the beard back on.
Time to get one of those jazzercise things and get your masturbal stuff down.
Maybe that's what I need to do, man.
Also, nasal breathing.
I breathe out of my nose a lot.
Nasal breathing is a methodology by which you can make it so your jaw doesn't become deformed. Like, have you seen the craniofacial structure for what a mouth breather does?
Mm-hmm.
What mouth breathing does to your face. Boom. And here we go. Good picture. The effects of being a mouth breather. Okay, let me share this. We're just talking about how to be hot, really. You know what I mean?
Dude, we talked about this. The jazzerciser things, I don't feel like they actually work that well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well they work. So, mouth breather versus nose breather. Increased mandibular plane angle. Increased total facial height. Decreased posterior facial height. So basically, you just get a stubby jaw. Yeah. And then with a nose breather, you get a proper alignment of the upper and lower jaw, alignment of the teeth, facial height and mandibular plane angle within the average range. And there you go. So
Well,
don't be a mouth breather, dude.
you heard it on Stranger Things first. Mouth breathers. They're no good.
They're no good, dude. You heard it on Stranger Things first. Do you have any other things? Any other topics that you're particularly spicy about?
Not really. We love you a long time, kiddos.
We love you so much. Get out there and get hot.
Get out there
Nasal
and
breathing.
chill.
And do not fall in love with an AI.
Yeah, dude, honestly, just avoid all that. And porn, too, because you don't need it.
Yeah, dude. Make your own porn. You know what I mean? Just don't film it. Just be in it. Yeah.
Just don't.
Until next time. Love you long time.